Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Dan Pillow,
Here.
Ron Pugh,
Here.
Jennifer Anderson, Ann Pillow,
Here.
Al Blick, Pam Jackson.
Here. All right, before we start, Jennifer did email me and she says she has personal issues that she was not able to make it to this meeting tonight.
Make a motion to excuse Ms. Anderson.
Second.
Motion by Ronnie Pugh, second by Dan Pillow. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay. And then Ronnie just informed us that Al will not be here due to out in Milan.
Yeah.
I make a motion, we excuse the absence of Councilman Blick.
Second.
Motion by Dan Pillow, second by Ronnie Pugh. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay. And we'll go to clerk's report.
You received the minutes from the May 16th council meeting.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of May 16th.
I'll second.
Motion by Ronnie Pugh, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussions, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You received pay ordinance 6A. This was for biweekly payroll paid on June 3rd, 2022. General fund, $8,355.25. From the street construction maintenance and repair fund, $1,627.63. From the water fund, $2,475.33. For combined total of all funds, $12,458.21.
I'll make a motion to accept 6A 2022.
Second.
Motion by Pam Jackson, second by Ann Pillow. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yeah.
You received pay ordinance 6B for monthly salaries dispersed on June the 15th, 2020. General fund, $7,350. Street construction maintenance and repair, $318.12. Water fund, $1,218 for a combined total of $8,886.12.
Make a motion to approve 6B, 2022.
I'll second
Motion by Ronnie Pugh, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
it. Yay.
Pam Jackson.
it. Yay.
You received pay ordinance 6C. General fund, $29,562.72. Drug law enforcement fund, $4,433.87. Education and enforcement fund, $1,566.13. Street construction maintenance and repair fund, $6,568.37. For combined total of all funds of $42,131.09.
I'll make a motion to accept 6C 2022.
Second.
Motion by Pam Jackson, second by Ronnie Pugh. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Then you have 6D, and this again is for accounts payable. From the general fund, $2,719.63. From the street construction maintenance and repair fund, $88.54. From the water fund, $168.50. For combined total of all funds, $2,976.67.
Make a motion to approve 6D, 2022.
I'll second
Motion by Ronnie Pugh, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Next, you should have received a copy of the mayor's monthly financial statement for mayor's court as of June 1st. Total amount received was $11,471. Deposited into the village general fund account was $9,610. Sent into the state for indigent defense support, victims of crime, drug law enforcement, $1,803.50, and also court costs for the same, for indigent driver alcohol treatment fund, $57.50, respectively submitted Lisa Mear.
Make a motion to receive the mayor's report.
Second.
Motion by Dan Fuller, second by Ronnie Pugh. Any discussion?
Mayor, this is quite a extensive report, detailed.
Oh, the mayor's report?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how we like them now.
Appreciate it.
All right, call for the vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Next, you received a copy of the clerk's UAN report for the bank reconciliation of April the 30th. If you look at that, the ending balance was $3,040. Getting ahead of myself here. $340,767.25. And there's supporting evidence, and there's copies of the 3 bank statements. And if you look at on there, there's a report, cash summary by funds as of April the 30th, which is the same amount that's on the bank statements. It's balanced, and I do have May done, but since I didn't get it to you in time, I'm just going to give that to you to take to review, and you can bring it back next month. But I just wanted you to know where we stand for the month of May.
Make a motion to receive the clerk's report.
Second.
Motion
Clerk
by Dan
treasurer.
Fuller,
Mhm.
second by Ronnie Pugh. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
And as I said, I do have a copy for all of you for May. You can take it, and I don't expect you to vote on it tonight
No.
because they didn't have time to look at it, but you can pass them down. The only other thing I have is that our webmaster, Matthew Pritchard, has reached out to myself and to the mayor, and apparently Gmail has started charging for businesses to have Gmail accounts. We have over 50+ accounts with the Addyston email. Now, I think a lot of these are former, employees, former elected officials. I have actually gone back through 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and up through this year, and captured those that are no longer with us so that I can get a list put together for the mayor to look at, and myself, and if anybody else wants to look at it. But if we're going to be charged $6 a month for email accounts for us, as a council and village or employees, we need to find out if we're still carrying those
Yeah,
old
basically
accounts.
clean it up.
We need to clean it up. And I also mentioned to the mayor that maybe we could reach out to some other communities and see what provider they use other than Gmail, to see if there's some kind of a government, maybe reach out to Hamilton County and see what they use. But I just wanted to bring it to your attention that, that we've been told that there is going to be a cost involved. And we're
When
going
will
to.
that be, did they say?
Well, it's supposed to be June 1st, but we haven't really
Right.
got anything from Matthew, and the way he had it figured, it was like over $4,000 for a year if we carried all those
Yeah, we got cleaned
old
up.
accounts. So we need to, like I said, I actually started writing down the names of those employees and elected officials and people that's no longer on committees, and that's so she and I could go through it and try to get it cleaned up. So if that's okay with council that we do that to try to, you know,
So when you clean those up,
yes,
you're gonna have to run it by
Records Commission?
the Records Commission.
Yeah.
In order to do that.
Right.
And there's a gentleman over in Cleves, his name's Bob Peace.
mm-hmm,
And he literally knows everything there is to know about computers.
yeah,
You might think about calling him,
yeah.
because he's close enough, he could stop by. He works for the city of Cincinnati as a fireman,
Yeah,
but he's
Peace.
Bob Peace.
yeah, I think I know who that is. I think I remember him. But
Okay.
anyhow, I just wanted to bring it up that, so it's not catching everybody off guard that,
It's gonna be charged now.
well, I don't know what the cost is.
Yeah.
I'll
but-
call him tonight, you have to call him
I'll put it in the form of the motion to allow the clerk and the mayor to clean that up and run it by the Records Commission to make sure that we're not overcharged for people that are no longer here.
Second.
Motion by Ronnie Pugh, second by Dan Pillow. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Thank you. That's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thanks, Margaret. Let's see. Okay, so one of the only things, well, I have a few things, but one of the questions I wanted to run by council is, I would like this cleared up. Since we didn't have a meeting on the 20th, we rescheduled it due to a holiday. Is that a holiday recognized for our employees? Because if we're gonna recognize it and not be here for a holiday,
I think it should be a holiday for our employees. I think it's a statewide holiday recognized by the state of Ohio and the federal government. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I'll make a motion to add it to our holiday list.
Well, I'll run it, I'll let somebody else talk about
What
that.
date are we talking about?
Juneteenth.
yeah. That's the
June
one we
19th,
rescheduled, we
or 20th.
rescheduled this meeting because of it.
Do we observe all federal
No.
holidays?
We don't.
No.
Oh, okay.
But if we've made a decision for us not to be here, I think it's only fair that our employees get paid for that day as well.
I mean, some of the federal holidays, the reason we don't is because we gave them up for other days.
Right.
Sure.
The only one we switched out was Good Friday,
Columbus Day.
For the day after
Columbus Day.
Thanksgiving.
Columbus Day. Yeah, we really didn't give up a whole lot because we already had 11 on there, and I think we ended up there was like 13 now.
I mean, it's a brand new holiday, so it's like,
Well, we have a motion on the floor. We haven't gotten to the discussion
Is-
stage unless you just want to
Let's-
discuss it now.
Unless somebody wants
Is it
to-
is it the same day every year? I mean,
It'll be observed, if it falls on a weekend, it's gonna be observed on that Monday. If it falls on a Saturday, it should be observed on that Friday.
okay.
yeah.
I mean, that's how all the rest of the holidays are.
Right.
So-
Yeah. I think it's some committee should, whoever the,
Human resources.
thank you, human relations people. I mean, are you talking about for this one time, Ronnie, or?
This one time, and then I
Oh,
think we
okay.
could take it to committee, but it's gonna be different every year. But
Yeah.
right now, we've made the decision as a council that we're not gonna be here, and I think it's only fair this year to recognize our employees and pay them. That decision's pretty much already been made. I don't think it's fair for me to sit here and say that I'm not gonna be here and expect the employees to not have that part of their benefit package for this year.
I know we're doing this discussion before the vote.
Unless somebody wanted to second that.
Well, personally, I think it just needs to be reviewed a little further. Personally, that's just my personal thought that, you know, I understand Ronnie's feelings and, yeah, of course, I might feel the same way. But there's so many other holidays that we probably take off ourselves individually, but you're talking about as a council, I assume.
Yeah,
Mhm.
council. I'll rescind my motion for lack of a second and send it to, recommend to send it to committee.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know committee
Well, I've got two there.
It's,
Would be probably under laws and contracts.
Yeah, we
They're
said-
supposed to use, do the.
Mayor, what committee will that go
There's
to?
money involved.
Human Relations, laws, contracts.
Yeah, it should go into laws and contracts.
it's employment contract. I think.
Okay, good.
And also, since we're done with that and go to laws and contracts, the other thing I want to know is where are we at with Aaron?
With Aaron.
Yeah, the vacation and the
I've
personal time.
been
and all that
working
stuff.
on that with Aaron, and as far as I can see, she was paid for all the vacation. The problem is in the accrual rate that was not programmed right. And I have been working on it, and I hopefully will have an answer by the end of this month.
Yeah, I
It
think,
is the accrual. She's been paid everything. I have the checks that shows where she was paid. It was in the accrual, which would give her more vacation time.
from a,
She was paid for everything.
from a committee standpoint, it was, we reviewed it in the finance meeting, and then we were gonna go back and revisit it once we got those numbers, so
Yeah.
that's what we were waiting on. And there's some other items that we have to discuss too, but we'll wait till we post the meeting so we can take care of
If
that.
you let me know what they are so I can post them,
Well,
so
we-
I don't get in trouble. But I have looked at it, and I have gone through it twice, and as again, I was waiting for an answer from somebody at Paycor, but what it is, it's when she hit her anniversary date, it was changed in Paycor to the 4.6, then somehow it went back to the 3.1. And I think a lot of this confusion has to do when the pay periods were changed. We went from a Friday to a Friday to doing it on a Monday to the following Sunday when the former police chief was here, and it really threw a lot of things off. But I am looking at it, I haven't forgot it. I will get it resolved and send it to the committee, or take it to the committee.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, and the other thing that I have is the resolutions in front of you, so I'll just move for myself to Bob Kelly this time.
I have a resolution declaring the necessity for the transfer of funds from the mayor's court account / fund to the general fund of the village of Addyston, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Now, since we only have 4 people, it's just the first reading. Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit about it? Is it like?
This was
we
that
have too
20,
much?
this was the money from mayor's account that I was waiting to transfer into the general fund
Okay.
so we can put it in the Christmas fund.
Sure.
So this is just documenting so that when the auditors ask, why did you move that money? Well, we have to have something showing that
Sure.
why we did. So now we can actually reconcile the mayor's account finally.
Mhm.
It took a minute, but it's there.
I make a motion, the rules be suspended, said ordinance be read 3 times by title only and declared an emergency.
I'll second.
Can we do it 3 times?
We only have
Oh.
4.
Thank you.
So we have to write 1 reading.
Have our first reading then.
Yeah, we'll just have the first reading. So you made the motion?
I'll
Yes.
still second.
Okay. Motion by Dan Pillow, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
First reading, a resolution declaring the necessity for the transfer of funds from the mayor's account fund to the general fund of the Village of Addyston, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
That's the only thing I had. Did you have anything else?
No, because we gotta get the money in there
Yeah,
before we can appropriate it.
and I will have that written for Margaret tomorrow. All right.
Can I do it, Bob?
Uh,
Can I make a deposit if it's not been?
Or just wait.
We gotta wait,
Yeah, so just let me know when.
Yeah, after, when it's all read,
Yeah.
and when it's finalized and the numbers on the resolution, then we can do it.
correct.
Yep.
I might have to call a special meeting because that's not going to be in July.
Well, yeah, oh, that's the other thing. We are gonna have to call a special meeting because we've got that bid opening on Thursday. So next week, if council can meet. we
Is that the
can
one at
meet.
10 o'clock in the morning? Or what time was it?
That, yeah, this
Bid
Thursday
opening.
at 10 a.m.
Oh, for the bid opening.
Yeah, that's for the bid opening for the First Street. So once the bid opening happens, then council needs to meet, go through to select a contractor. So sometime next week, I can email you guys or whatever.
Can we make it an evening meeting?
I'm good with, yeah.
Evenings are a little bit easier.
Yeah, because you'll need time for the engineers, our engineers to look at that even after we get the
Yeah,
bid,
see,
right?
right, so I kind of want to get with them and see where they're at, after the bid opening.
Yeah.
And go through it and then get back with you guys on a day sometime next week, so.
Mhm.
Because he'll want to come to the meeting as well,
Right.
so. Yeah, I forgot about that, thanks for the reminder. All right. Well, we'll just go ahead and go to committees. Dan?
Thank you, Mayor. Do we have a copy, signed copy of the ordinance that I'll need to go with that we passed?
Yeah, she
last
emailed
week?
that to you.
I emailed it to you, you didn't
Oh,
get it?
you emailed me a signed copy?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I signed it, sent it to her to sign, she
That's
sent it
good.
back, and I forwarded, I thought you
Yeah.
responded, thank you.
Yeah.
But if you didn't,
I
I'll
may have.
send it again.
I may have.
Because I knew that
Emails roll in sometimes on me.
time was in,
Yeah, very good, thank you, appreciate that. Council, I have several things to discuss tonight. Most of them are centered around the park. This is just aggravatingly slow to get some things done over there. We had to reorder the tunnel replacement because the shipping went up less than $100. And I told the guy, look, couldn't you just go ahead and reorder it without us having to send you the paperwork back? So I sent the paperwork back to him, and hopefully he's got it ordered again. Okay. Margaret, do you remember what that number was, 510 or
On the-
501? Game time? That's okay. I have it
think
at
it
the
was
house.
I didn't think it was that
I put
high.
510 in it, but if it needs to be changed, I'll change it, okay? And we're still looking at about 8 weeks. That's a little less than he said earlier, but 8 weeks is still 2 months. On the bench, swing sets, we didn't necessarily decide a color. Did we want a particular color on those? Just something bright, I would assume. It doesn't matter. It's up to council if you want anything in particular. Everything, they have everything, red, orange,
If
various
it
greens,
swings, I like
blues.
it.
Huh?
If it swings, I like it.
So Dan, on this, are you going to put together an order form that we can have for people in the community?
Yeah, I didn't know who was gonna do that, how we were gonna advertise it, but I don't mind at all putting together an order form. That's on the, I'm talking about the 2 swing sets where you, not the benches.
I call them adult swings, is what I said.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those colors, yeah. Yeah, if anybody has any preference, doesn't.
The adult swings, right? That's what you're talking about, the adult
Yes,
swings.
yes, yeah.
I like
You-
blue.
you-
Blue would be nice.
Blue's good.
What color?
I said blue. I like blue.
Blue's good. I like blue. It's one of my favorites.
Lots of
Okay.
swings.
Okay. Also, now that, I believe they said that'll be like a 2 to 3 week order on those. So have those here soon and get those in. The fountain, I found a better price. The one that we looked at before from LK, and you guys have it in your packet somewhere, was about $3,023. And I found one through Amazon, through Global Industries, another company that does that stuff, with an added bottle filler. That's what you have in front of you. This allows you to take, rather than drinking out of the fountain, they have a little thing that you can just fill it up and drink as you want, take it with you. Now, the OK one was like, as we said, the one that we had looked at before, the dual fountain without the water filler, was $3,023. The one from Amazon, Global Industries, with the water filler is only $3,597. LK's bottle filler type was $6,189.89. So I was wondering if we would like to move ahead with that extra feature for $500 or so, $500 or $600. Yeah, because we had settled on the dual fountain, one for kids or handicapped people, and one, the taller one that came together. I should have brought extra copies of that, but that, you have that in there. That's, those are the numbers. So, but if you don't want that one, we'll go back to the one you said you liked for $3,059 or $3,023.
Are these, I'm just putting it out there, so are these, what council has like approved already, or?
Well, we had talked
Kinda
about
like
it.
it's- 'cause
We
we
hadn't
had
necessarily
30,000
approved
left.
it. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
I'm gonna get to that too.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this thinking, well, you're gonna get a
Yeah,
water fountain in
that's-
line.
That's gonna be my next discussion. Well,
Okay.
let's jump ahead then,
Yeah,
okay? Let's jump
to that
ahead.
one.
Oh my God.
The next item is that Al and I met with Mear Plumbing, and as I said, you have a copy of their quote. Their earlier quote was considerably less because they were going to deal with a 1-inch line to go in, and when we realized that we have to put a 2-inch line in for future accommodations, this is what the price went to. $27,650 just for the water line and installing the drinking fountain itself. Okay, here's our dilemma.
I have a question, Dan. Did
Yes.
you get any other quotes besides this one? Or nobody?
I have another quote, unquote, but I don't have it physically right.
30,000.
How much was it?
30.
30?
Wow.
Oh, okay,
Well,
yeah.
that answers that.
That's even better to me, because I was thinking 40,000 on one, but 30,000, right, yeah. Okay, so, I mean, I still have a couple of people that I can check with and get a quick quote, but you can see we're in that ballpark. You know, we're in that ballpark. So that's what I was saying. Our dilemma is that, you know, we have approximately $45,000 tied up in water and electricity, because I also met with the guy from Duke about getting the electric in, and that, I'm not sure where that price is going to end up, but we're going to have about $45,000 tied up in both of them, just getting both of those things done. I'll talk about Duke. The guy sent me an email, we talked. He needs, I don't know why that's still on my list. He needed a load-bearing engineered estimate of what we're going to do. Coming down to the poles, coming into the box. I talked to Brian Volker about it, and he says no, that we don't do that. We have to get an engineer ourselves when we have to have plans drawn up for people. But he did refer me to a guy, and I'm waiting on a guy to get back with me. And also, we might want to check with our engineer to see if they can draw
Oh,
us
they've
an
got all kinds of engineers.
electrical.
Even if Sean doesn't do it, they've got somebody there that's,
I'll send you a copy of the form, like they asked for load bearing, and we'll need to talk about, you know, our future plans with Splash Park. That's going to be the big thing that we had to at least prepare for when we,
and I did have another question. Since the
Yes.
school had water, where did they come in from?
they came in from Main Street, they came in from two places. They came in from Main Street and they came in right near the driveway of the old firehouse out in the street there. There was a 2-inch line that came in off
I was just
of
curious,
Church
because
Street.
would that help with the cost if they looked at that, putting water in from that area? Instead of,
Well, it's going to play a part in it because they have to tear up the street and getting the street torn up, putting the asphalt back in, I understand, I think, in talking with
The
Dustin.
more you wait though, with inflation, that price is gonna keep going up.
Yeah, that's true too, because all that obviously is going
yeah, I
up.
was just curious there.
But yeah,
If that would have been maybe even just a little cheaper, I don't know.
Yeah, there should be a connection off of Church Street on that side, near the parking lot, where a 2-inch line came in, off the 8-inch, it goes up Secretary. So they had two lines going into the school
Okay.
when they tore it down. I got a picture somewhere inside the school where they cut it off.
Oh, got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, but I guess I don't know if that'll outweigh the cost, because from there to where we're trying to get to in the park is going to be maybe 350 feet. From off of Church Street down is going to be about maybe 200 at the most. It won't be any more. My measurement said it was about 175.
Okay.
So that's gonna make a
Yeah, I was
a
just
considerable.
curious.
What about the fire plug up there at where the buses are?
The,
The fire plug?
yeah, right down at the bottom of Secretary.
No, I'm looking towards the VFW. There's
Oh,
a
that's
fire
even
hydrant
further
there.
away.
That's even further away? And
Yeah,
where the
technically
basketball
that
court
is.
was, the
Yeah.
old drinking fountain that was there, we can't find anything
Yeah,
around
they tore
there.
all of that out.
They
Yeah,
did.
capped it.
I'm just thinking of being a kid and where
Yeah.
we used to
All-
get water.
Yeah, all those are a lot further away foot-wise, and that's what you're gonna pay for in the end, I guess, is how many feet you're gonna use. So, original quote on that, without putting in the box and having it engineered, it wasn't really a quote, it was an estimate. He was going back to kind of work it out. Was gonna be, like I said, somewhere around $1,200 just to,
1,200?
or no, 12,000. 1,200 would have been real easy.
Good.
And I swear and affirm that when the mayor and I met with the guy from Duke Energy and we looked at that thing maybe 2 years ago, maybe, it didn't sound anything like that. Said the comparison was closer to $4,000 is what I understood him to say.
Well, the problem, it's almost like he didn't want to do it. And one of the problems was he wanted us, I can't remember, so don't, you know.
Mhm.
Well, from what I can remember, he mentioned something about having a box down there or something.
Yes, yeah.
The lines tying into
Yeah,
it.
and that's-
He almost acted like he didn't even want to mess with it.
Yeah, he wasn't real enthusiastic.
No, he wasn't.
That's why we went straight to solar, so we could have some light in the area.
I mean, I
So-
don't see why we shouldn't be able to get power down there pretty easily if we do the poles. Just take it on down the road, connect in there at the road and come on in with it.
Yeah, that, they're anticipating it, taking it off the transformer or the line directly up the hill where Rex Hensley lives,
Oh.
and running the 2 to 3 poles down into the park to
Down
get
the
it
hill.
into the park. Yeah, yeah. So, but I guess what I'm trying to get at in bringing all this up is that we got $30,000, and I'm thinking in terms of ordering, drinking fountains and those types of things. But Mark, maybe you can help me out in our appropriation somewhere. I saw, I may not understand it, other money involved with the park? Maybe, I can't put my, I don't know, I can't put my hand on it right now, but I just remember looking at that during the week that I should have marked it. It was on another appropriation or something to that effect.
There was special events, there's money in there. You had money from We Thrive that was designated for the purchase and the removal of additional stuff that's exercise equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Danny, I'd have to go back and look off the top of my head. There's so many.
Okay, I should have marked that, and maybe, Ronnie, you and your committee can look as well with Margaret to see if you see what I was talking about.
Pam, may know off the top of her head. She's finance.
It just appeared to me that there was, okay. This is where it is, Margaret, on page 7, account code ending in 4202. And it says Hamilton County Block Grant has 2 figures there.
Yeah,
And-
one was the money, that was the 30,000, plus there was a balance. The other money is that $40,000 grant that the mayor got, that they used to do with the water study thing.
Okay.
I haven't
okay.
taken
That-
anything away from that.
None of that's
because
been
I haven't
spent.
got any receipts from the county on the
Okay, utility, yeah, I
expenditures.
see that.
But
So
that's what that
I
is.
was,
Yeah,
thanks.
the 30,000, and then there was $1,277 left in that account that you're talking about for
Sure.
the end of the year, and then the 30,000 was, left over, so that's
Yes.
where that is. And as I said, that 40,000 is the
Good.
water board put together for the
Yes.
water study.
Oh,
On-
we
When
should
they
have-
went, they did,
We should have one invoice at least against it, was the
Well,
city consultant.
I sent it to them, they have paid.
Okay,
But they haven't, the county has not sent me a copy of the expenditures for me to put in mine
Oh.
as memo receipts.
we have to find a new person again?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
problem. But
That's right.
as I said, that's how that was budgeted and put together.
Sure.
That's what that was for. It was for the water main assessments, when they went through and they
Yeah,
had to
did those
replace
assessments and all
assessments,
that.
because I sent a bill to the county for the new parts we had to get for the mains, and they told me that wasn't covered in the assessments. All they
Yeah.
covered was the engineering and that type of
Mhm.
piece. So the water board ended up eating
Okay.
like
And that's
$9,700
not
something
what I
dollars.
was
Thanks, I
originally
appreciate it.
told.
I know, because I
excited.
told you
I was
that,
excited about that.
so.
They told me.
Sorry,
that,
but
yeah.
No,
that's
that's
where
okay.
that's at.
They were very misleading on that one. They really were.
Well, that's where we went through 3 different people. We started out with Joy, and then from Joy, we went to
I think it was Emily.
Dominique,
Yes,
and then from Dominique, we went to the last girl.
yeah.
And I don't know who we got now, but I
Yeah.
just have to call down there and tell them I need memo, or I need their expenditures, so I can
Put it
get
in.
that down,
Okay. Well,
shows it's been spent.
I'm talking with Duke Energy about that grant, and the guy was talking in terms of 10,000. He says that's the real competitive grant. And I thought that was just the community impact grant. The community impact grant is for $5,000. Of course, I'm not going to say poo-poo at 5,000 when we don't have hardly anything. But I'm going to talk to the administrator of the grants to see if all the paperwork that I put together will qualify us to compete for the larger grant, which can be 10,000 plus. It's it's a little complicated, but I need to talk to the lady, and he's in Italy right now. So,
Dan,
Mhm.
don't want to interrupt you, but that Kate that was out here, remember the Kate that came out, we met with her, and she was from the We Thrive part? Remember, she was talking about companies who were doing things in the community, and she mentioned them
oh yeah,
wanting to get involved. They were
Yeah.
doing something in another community,
Yeah, that
some
is.
kind of a big project.
we hadn't talked about that before. That's kind of stinging.
Well, I wonder if we could reach out
That
to
North
her.
Bend is gonna be, you know, maybe a recipient of their
Yeah.
PR
Yeah, and not
Area.
us.
and not Addyston.
What was her last name?
I can't remember.
I get emails from
But
her,
I don't
but
know.
I'm just thinking maybe we can reach out to her. Maybe there's another business vendor out there,
Well,
not in Addyston maybe,
Yeah.
but would be willing to
I
help
personally
us.
think we should hold their feet to the fire and make them look bad if they give somebody else a grant and not approach us. That would be the ultimate bad news story to see on Channel 9.
Or we can go down to DuPont and start grabbing things from their area for our town. There's all kinds of them down there. around our
Yeah,
road.
so I don't know. If, Mary, you want to look into that or,
This is the,
huh?
okay,
That's partly our fault. We don't hold their feet to the fire nearly enough on things.
and we're talking about the plant across the street.
Right.
Yes, and yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that, you know, they had held that conversation. It came out of the bag, as Margaret said, as we met with We Thrive
That Kate,
meeting here.
yeah.
You were here that day.
I think I was, because it sounds familiar. That's why I'm like, I'm
Yes,
just
you were
trying
here.
to
Yeah.
bring it back.
It was
here.
Yeah.
Because we're like
It was like a big
dumbfounded
song, yeah.
that here we are struggling to do things at our own park,
Mhm.
and they go to North Bend.
Yeah,
No, that's, yeah, I'll make that call tomorrow, actually.
that'll be
I'll make
the
that call
ultimate,
tomorrow.
well, Channel 9 would like to know this. So, good. So maybe, yeah, and I'm
Find a
constantly.
reporter that likes me. you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I attended the We Thrive, they had a grant writing proposal meeting, and they have several grants there that I'm going to try to look at. This guy, I didn't know he was going to be the same guy. I tuned to him on the computer, you know, and he was giving a seminar, and it was the same guy, so I got to hear a lot of things about really little neat tricks to help you get your grants in. So that'll be a discussion for another time. Okay, so therein lies our dilemma. Do I forge ahead with these things that we just mentioned that we can do in the park immediately? Or do we have a preference of getting water into the park or electric and these things that we're talking about, the swinging benches, the water fountain, getting those kind of things.
How much
Yeah,
is the
they-
basketball court?
Now, that's my next item.
Oh,
That's all right.
Jumping ahead on you, ain't I?
That's all right. But I would like for council to think about what we want to tackle. I mean, do we want to just go ahead and get the smaller items that we had talked about getting with the electric? And the thing about the electric is, it's going to be at least 3 months out from the time he gets the drawing, 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
The water will take all that we have, plus something from the village. And, so we can't do it all right at this moment with the $30,000 budget that we have. So any direction that the council would like to give, I'd be happy to, because we're going to meet, as Ann will tell you, with the community park committee on tomorrow. As a matter of fact, to see what their thought is, but I would like to be able to go in and say, council has decided to do this or that.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody have
I
any?
really think it should be the electric, because as we know, I don't know if anybody's seen me on Facebook, they're already marking on the writing graffiti and stuff over there.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I thought I sent it to you, maybe I didn't.
Ah,
Yeah, and I figured that Ms. Bias would be here tonight, she's not, she was the one that was over there. And the kids are tearing it up, I mean, we need better lights or something, and,
okay.
you know, I know the police are over there as much as they can be, we know how that
Can't be there.
is. As soon as you go down the road, you
Sure.
know, you know, it's even
Yep.
easier now with cell phones.
Cell phones
Yeah.
make it so easy.
And it's just, I don't know, and then there was a few other items that was over there, I don't want to mention on the council, but that they're finding, you know, you got kids over there, you don't
Right.
want that kind of people
Right.
hanging out. and-
Cameras are gonna be so important, I agree.
Yeah, that's what I think, the cameras, the electric and cameras, I think is important.
Yeah.
Water is too, but we've
Yeah,
got a park over there that started, we need to
Save
protect
it
the
before
people
they
that's over
destroy
there.
it.
Before, and, you know, and the equipment. That's my personal opinion.
Ron, how do you feel?
I mean, I would agree, put the electric before the water. just
Okay.
So we can secure what we have.
Okay, with the electric, then it'll allow us to get the other things that we need. At least we'll have the money to purchase the fountain, so it's ready whenever we get to the water. That's important. And I'll try to detail out those things and send them out to council. Just as soon as the guy from Duke gets back with me. Because,
You can wait for the audience discussion.
sure, okay, okay.
Well, what do you have?
I just wanted to say, when you get in a fountain, does any of those options have like a dog water option as well?
They do.
If you
That-
see
that-
one like that, and
Yeah,
just.
that'll throw it up another 3,000 generally. Weird, really weird, 2,000 to 3,000, yeah. I mean, certainly in those books, they have those combinations,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Maybe we got some doggy kennels somewhere that gives out grants for
Maybe
You never know.
society might
You
have.
never know.
Make a dog
Okay.
path.
Yeah, just.
I'll look online at Purina or Alpo or something.
You never know, you know?
Mm-hmm,
Because in dog parks, they get the fountains with the doggy things, maybe
Yeah,
that's how they
okay.
get it.
Yeah.
Ooh, a dog park, there we go.
okay, good. Council, just a couple more quick things. Al and I also met with Jeff Warnock to start the ball rolling on the combination pickleball, basketball courts. He's putting together at no charge, very nicely, he'll put together a real nice rendering and a cost, excuse me, estimate for that project. And I'll need that too as I try to finish up the NatureWorks grant. That detail will be important. I think we all agreed that that's where we were going to go. That was going to be the project with NatureWorks, was to get the basketball courts and the pickleball courts. And so as soon as I get that, I'll make sure the council understands that. And I just want to say off the cuff, I watched pickleball longer than I should have yesterday. They had, they're a professional association now. They had a tournament on the tennis channel, and I was I visited the one at Kaluga Park, and I ran into the school superintendent up there, and he mentioned that we were trying to do one, and obviously everybody is excited about pickleball, the fastest growing sport in the nation. So anyways, so I'm thoroughly convinced, as the mayor mentioned to me 2 years ago, and I said, pickle what? that will be a great thing to have on our playground if we can get it in. Okay. Mayor, thank you very much. Council, thank you very much for your indulgence. And that's all I have.
All right, thanks, Dan. Ronnie?
The only item that I have is I want to extend heartfelt sympathy to Angie Hughes.
Oh, wow.
Her
Yeah.
husband died last week in that
Absolutely.
tragic accident down there on 50, so I just want to send the condolences of council to
Mhm.
her family.
Yeah,
That's it.
absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Miss Ann?
The only thing I have tonight is that the park committee's gonna meet tomorrow at 6 o'clock, hopefully at the park, but if it's too hot, we'll be here.
You'll probably be.
I think we can cancel that already.
So everyone wants to-
Unless you decide to sit in cars and cross each other.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I'll probably hear from somebody say, you should be, is there any reason we can't be inside? Yeah, so we'll be here tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ann. Pam?
No, I don't have anything.
No?
No?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, no, we got.
Well, we still,
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
we're not done yet. We'll go ahead and go with the chief.
Before I get to my report, I would just touch real quick on your pickleball. In my experience that I've seen in my career with parks, the more things that you can get for adults to be in your park, some of those problems that we're having with the park go away.
Absolutely.
Cameras are great, but adults in your park will solve a lot of that problem
Yeah,
immediately.
that is true.
Very good. Great observation.
Few things from the police department. We have settled on a date for cops with kids. Margaret, I was wrong. July 26th, not 27th. July 26th at the VFW. We've secured it with them and booked it. We have some community involvement from businesses. We should be able to do this 100% donations, food, prizes, the cost of the event. I'm working on quite a number of volunteers from the police department to be there. With the help of our police clerk / mayor's clerk to help run it. So it should be a
What was the
successful.
time again there?
6 to 8,
6 to 8.
July 26th,
Mm-hmm.
at the VFW shelter down there. So we've advertised it on our police site, we put it on the village website. The mayor said she's gonna put it on our board out front as we get a little closer. So I'm hoping, I know it's been a couple of years, due to a few different circumstances, COVID being one, but it'd be nice to get back and do it for the kids and hopefully we get a good turnout. With council's approval last week, we went ahead and, excuse me, hired the 2 officers that I brought before council for appointment. They've both been sworn in and will start contributing very here soon. The only other thing that I have, and I discussed this briefly with the mayor, and it's probably something for the police committee, but now that we are fully staffed and running with a full schedule, the next thing that I would like to address is adding a supervisor to our roster. I love my job. I love the calls that I get and figuring out all the problems, but I gotta have somebody when I'm not here. You know, I do travel a little bit with my kids for sports, so to just keep putting this responsibility on a police officer is just not fair, with no additional compensation. So that's the next thing I would like to check off on our box of things as we move forward, is getting that in place. With that, there's one obstacle that I've already seen. Since we've added the full-time police officer, the pay for the supervisor is a little.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I didn't know if you had a question, I'm sorry. The pay is a little out of whack. The supervisor's pays that we have now are less than the full-time officer, so I think we need to probably address that. But with council's approval, I would like to start putting together some kind of process to do for this. You know, I've been promoted myself. I've been involved in many processes, so I'd like to come up with something. I think we have a lot of viable candidates. Rather than just picking one out of a hat, I'd like to come up with some kind of process to narrow this down.
I mean, I personally, I think it should go to committee, and I think you should just take your process to the committee. And I mean, you can get started on it right away and just present it to the committee.
Sure.
I think we were doing the 3rd Wednesday of every month. We can pick that up next month in July if you want. If you can you do that? Like, just have something together in about 3 weeks?
Sure.
Well, I thought, wait a minute, so you want to add one, that would,
No, just promote one.
never mind, go ahead.
You plan on making one of the policemen that you already have supervisor? Is that the way it's going, or are you
That- I
planning
mean, I
on
would-
bringing another person in?
No. That would be, I think we have enough suitable candidates within that we could promote. Now, ultimately, I know that we had discussed this at the onset of kind of changing the structure of the department. I'd love for our next, if we can get to the point where we have another full-time officer, that be the supervisor. But until we get to that point where council readdresses that, I think in the interim, we need to at least start something to have somebody in charge when I'm not here or available.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense to have somebody in charge.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm out of
Yeah,
town, I have to give it to.
That's the way it's always been. So it's just a matter of working out the details, I would imagine.
Yep. So that's really all I got. Again, the schedule for June is completely covered, and I anticipate that to be how it is moving forward. Council, anything for me? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Dustin?
A few things the mayor touched on earlier in the week. We're down to one mower, the John Deere, the Skaggs is at Zimmer, getting looked at. Hopefully a few small things. Then the John Deere is gonna go in. I believe it was ran with low oil, so that might be a bigger issue. So I've been getting pricing in case we have to go the route of replacing that. Trying to figure out when we bought that one.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem. We ought to be able to look back to the invoices and see when we bought both of them.
Zimmer
Yeah.
can tell me. We bought it from Zimmer. The roof is getting started tomorrow. They dropped off supplies today. And then one other thing, I mean, we're supposed to have Nate start, and fortunately his boss offered him more and he stayed, and so we're back to hiring, and we've
That
had
was
one more
definitely
applicant other than
aggravating.
in the last like month, so. And then we've only had like 8 apply and 2
It's bleak.
there. And out of those, only 2 have, came in for interviews.
Yeah.
There's no one we can get for just the casually work until you find the right person, not that the person you bring in here is gonna be.
We're trying to, I've been,
one.
I've pulled off on the side of the road asking people if they want to work casual.
Yeah.
That brings up a good question, thank you. I remember that's the other one I want to ask council. So if we have a seasonal casual job, we used to have a kids program. Are we allowed seasonally just to hire, like, say, a 16-year-old to cut grass and weed? I don't know.
We've not done, I don't know that we've
They have
ever
to have
done
a
that.
work permit
Yeah,
and
they have to,
everything
yeah,
through the
there's-
state of
Well,
Ohio.
would that
They have to
come-
go to the school and get the work permit.
Oh,
They have to
yeah.
go through all those steps.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's what
The
we
same
did every
thing
year,
for
this
the
for
kids
seasonal people.
program.
Right.
Those
Same
people were.
But it was much
'Cause
easier
I
when
have
you're
all
doing 20 at
kinds
one
of-
time than one here and one there casually too.
Yeah.
I have all kinds of kids knocking on my door.
Oh,
And I
I'm
keep
sure.
telling them I would love to give you something to do, but
I thought about this a little bit, Mayor, and I know what the one thing is gonna happen. If you hire 2, you're gonna have 20 just screaming bloody murder.
Why did
you hire those 2 kids? My kid needs to be hired.
Parents,
That's a
yeah.
tough
the
thing, but if
parents
you say,
have to deal with, I know.
if you say, we went through the applications, these are the 2 we think are best.
See, that's the way I looked at it. They would have to
I know,
actually
it'd be-
apply.
Could we look at maybe doing somebody, like, there's people in our village that do cut grass, maybe seeing if they would do some of it and not be an employee, but be a contract
Yeah, I got
employee,
Steve.
where they would bill us,
Probably
they
can't do
just
that.
have to have proof of, help me, Bob, I'm trying to think of the word they need, of insurance
Proof of
and,
insurance.
Insurance
Yeah.
or bonding.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a.
oh, that's a tough one too.
I think you'll pay a lot more going that route.
Yeah, that's the problem
Yeah.
when you have a subcontractor. Because the bonding and insurance sometimes can be more than what you're paying them.
Oh, yeah, that'd kill them.
So, yeah.
Right.
but on, like on the kids, like I said, I do know that they have to have the work permit from the school and
Okay. Well, I just thought I'd ask because I was curious. I mean, if I could.
In the past, when we had the kids, didn't they have to be 18 before they could do certain
operate
things? They
certain
couldn't.
equipment.
Or
Yeah.
16, I think.
Yeah, there's OSHA,
Oh,
there's
that's
certain
exactly why.
requirements. That's why we had supervisors.
Are they allowed to do weed eaters?
No, that's why we had adult supervisors that only had a certain group of kids that,
Yeah.
so that,
That wouldn't help them at all, would it?
So
Dang.
I'm not sure where another route to go other than Indeed, and we put flyers other places, and
Yeah, we have flyer at Kroger's even.
It's the same dilemma we have
Nobody.
all the time. If we can't afford to pay people, what other people are paying people.
We can't.
People don't want to work for $14 an hour.
We can't compete, so.
And now people
Well,
don't
now
wanna
it's
work.
actually 16.
Well, with the inflation, I mean, like, he was telling me now what it, like, with what it's costing him to get to work, and I thought, oh my God.
Yeah.
So when I started, it was $240 to get here, and then now it's $432 just to make it here, so.
That's like for the month.
Less than a year.
Yeah, something's gotta change.
Stop and think
I
about
mean,
it.
it's killing everybody. This ain't just
Yeah,
us.
it is.
This ain't here. This is everywhere.
But how long are we gonna ride with this, so.
I don't know.
If it wasn't for
Yeah.
the mayor coming in every day, then, you know,
Yeah.
getting free labor, so.
Oh, yeah. I'm by his side 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
Spend more time with him than I do my husband.
Sorry about that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
You know, could you put it out here that we're in trouble now for somebody?
Hope you ate before you got here.
Yeah.
You're about to sleep with one
Sounds
eye
like we're
open.
doing him a favor, maybe we should send him a bill.
Oh,
I
my.
say take it, take the committees.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Did you have anything else?
Did we advertise for like just a seasonal or something? Did we try that?
Both.
To have you? Okay,
On
I'm not
Indeed.
sure how.
Because he just put it up, I think he put it up like,
The pay scale was for
and-
both. Kinda
yeah.
left it open, see who would apply
Just see if
for
we
it,
get a
so it
draw.
wasn't so descriptive on one position.
Is it on our website?
Well, it's been posted on Facebook multiple times.
Yeah, it's been posted on Facebook multiple, but nobody really looks at our website for those. They'll look at Facebook for
Yeah.
them.
Our website
Go
has
look
a lot
at
of
all
help.
the stupid ones, don't look at those.
Yeah, they want to start charging us for it. I think they need to do a little bit more work for their services.
Council, in regards to Dustin's, he mentioned the maintenance garage, you know, it's gonna be completed today. When the job's done, can he sign off on the invoice and I can finish paying the roofer? Because we did pay him a down payment to start the job, and that was part of the
Yeah, that was part of the agreement.
quote.
Yeah, yeah, we've already signed, we've already
Yeah,
okayed the
I just-
agreement, so. just- Yeah.
The other thing I've seen, we've had uniforms in the past, and I would like to ask council for 1,000 for the year. And I talked with Margret about taking out street construction on, you know, we haven't had a second man or casual the past 2 months, so. I guess there
Allocate
wasn't
some of
money
that line to
allocated
Put in that line item,
this year.
basically.
for it, so.
That makes sense.
I'll make a motion to approve uniform expenses for the street commissioner.
Second,
Motion by Ronnie Pugh, second by Dan Pillow. Any discussion?
yeah, the $1,000 will cover you and.
Water department,
Well, the water will
Water.
come out of the water.
Yeah,
well, it's,
That's, those are the rules. So,
Maybe
Okay.
50/50 since it's
yeah,
for us.
that's usually what I do
of course,
is,
he works with
you know,
us.
whatever they
Yeah.
Does a lot of work
charge, it'll,
for us.
Yeah, I think it should be
but
divided.
it'd be for the maintenance department, more or less.
Yeah.
So what is the uniform?
T-shirts?
Right now, they've been wearing the
I just
yellow,
wondered if it's just
green.
t-shirts, just.
T-shirt.
I just wondered.
I mean, T-shirts, and he really needs new shoes. I want to buy this guy some shoes. He's got holes in his shoes.
I'm laughing at your holes.
Ed
when you're in the
Stevenson.
water, what's that?
Work boots.
Ed Stevenson.
Right.
Way before his time, Bob.
We're gonna start duct taping them together here soon.
We still have to vote on that.
So is that a part of it? Is it gonna be shirts, pants, is gonna be,
I was just planning on going to Bazonkas, yeah, having a uniform,
Don't you want shoes? Work boots?
Bazonkas.
I mean, they have
Oh, they do?
work boots there, you got
Yeah.
regular work
Oh.
boots.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a new
they
one.
have their whole line. Yeah. They have a mobile vehicle.
That's work.
so are you gonna specify what the uniform's gonna be? Or you just saying shirts? I mean, in the past, what we've done the last couple of years is even when Chip was here, we got just shirts.
Mhm.
And the water board has bought shirts the last year for their guys. And the village did buy shirts short sleeve shirts from the same company. And that was,
And for
Bernard.
winter time, could we do a hoodie? Same color, same logo.
Well, that's part of, yeah, the 1,000. At Bazonka's, you pay for the hoodie, say a hoodie's $24, you pay for that and they do the artwork for free. You pay for a $14 t-shirt, they put your logo on there for free.
That's darn good. Reasonable t-shirts, you know, reasonable quality. Mhm.
I was wearing one today.
That's good.
I mean, I would say short sleeve shirts, pants, shoes, and a hoodie for the winter.
Yeah, whatever they can get for $1,000.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna micromanage. But,
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'm not expecting you to just go over there and get a clown suit and wear it around, but it's not.
All right. Call for a vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yeah.
Ron Pugh,
Yeah,
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dustin.
sure, we got some extra police uniforms there. We can rip the patches off of them and cut them up, can't we?
There you go.
Eric?
You mentioned that.
Oh, yeah, I got plenty, I mean, just
Yeah,
right off, they're high quality polyester, they won't wear out.
design me a patch, will you?
I'll make sure we get them vested.
The flame retardant?
Butch, did you have anything?
Yes, thank you for the closing up the opening and putting the cones around the building.
Wow.
Nobody has gotten in there, I don't think, since,
I don't think, but we screwed that auto door shut too. That was sketchy.
but it's still definitely getting worse.
Oh, yeah.
Very quickly getting worse, so.
Mhm.
And then the other thing is, when the bar down here gets real busy, I can't park because my driveway is not painted yellow. Do you think you could put that stripe back on there that, I don't know if they have plans on doing that, but
Yeah. I mean, that's actually probably might want to just wait because they're getting ready to tear up the road, go down
Yeah.
through here, and then we're going to have all new paint stuff. Yeah, so yes, it is coming. And hopefully every place else. That's on our list of things to do.
And how does your process of having people clean up their property work? Are they cited, are they, I noticed across the street from me, they're finally cleaning up the weeds off of that deck that's been overgrown for years.
Yeah.
But something must have changed because they're finally doing it. And I don't know.
I've been on a mission lately.
Okay.
I've been sending out violation papers, having cops, thank you so much,
Welcome.
get the trash cans off sidewalks. I've been on sort of a mission lately,
Across the
especially
street was
one house in
but the
particular.
one next to
Oh, yeah.
But some of them have been
Because they all have
years.
that.
It's not like it's been a problem for a week or a month. It is years
Mhm.
this has
Yeah.
been going on. It's still,
Mm-hmm.
it still is like that.
Are you talking about the one with the deck and the weeds that's been empty for years, I
There's
guess?
one across the street, there's one next door, there's several properties.
Oh, yeah, that one, they got a letter too, so I'm waiting to see. I need to get with Dick and find out where we go from there, because if they don't do what they were supposed to do, I'm guessing you're talking about if you're looking at your house to the left?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, we did make contact with her. So if she doesn't do the things that were listed on there to do, then we'll take our next steps.
And how does your weed policy work on adjoining property? I mean,
I guess explain that to me, like, what do you mean?
what limit are, like the church next door, that whole hillside, and I've talked to them several times, the poison ivy comes through my fence, and my wife gets it real bad. So I keep it trimmed, but I just think they need to start cleaning it up. Because their tree fell over in my yard, and they're not responsible for that at all. So she left me a voicemail that I need to clean up the tree, pay for all damage, everything. She's not responsible at all. But the same tree is rotten on the inside, So I have to get somebody to notify them to tear it down, and then I won't be liable for a tree that falls in my yard. And I didn't know if you did, if your building inspector had any way of doing that.
And now he's talking on the other side.
Other side.
Yeah,
So,
it's in the church.
Is this tree on their property? Okay.
If it's a live tree, it's considered an act of God. If it's a dead tree, which this one is, then the owner had to know about it. So either way, I have to do all the cleanup, pay for my wrought iron fence, pay for the stuff that's broke. But the other part of the tree is big enough that it will hit my house. And that's why I need to get them notified that you have to do something with it. The tree's this big around, if you look inside, it's just all dead and rotten. So there's an adjuster coming tomorrow, but I didn't know if the village did anything such as that.
You can notify them that their tree's dead. You probably have to get an arborist
Right.
out there to give you a letter saying the tree's dead, then you send it to the owner. Then if the tree falls on your property, they're responsible.
Right. It's just the way that wind kicked up tonight, I thought sure they were coming over. The tree's that bad. So I just need to get, the adjuster's coming tomorrow, so hopefully they can write it up. That's all I needed.
All right, thank you, Butch. I'll continue to look into the
Mayor,
tree business.
do you have any information to share about Dick at
Oh,
this time?
I think he sent that email out to
Did
everybody.
he send
already,
it to
didn't he?
everybody? Okay,
Yeah, that's
great.
right.
Did everybody
Even if
get it?
yeah, I sent it out to everybody.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, instead of August, he will be ending in June this month. So I'm actively also looking for a code enforcer.
Very good, Butch.
You don't
Please,
have-
no.
I know you don't have enough money.
You need a full-time police officer with you too, right?
600,000, I'd consider it.
You consider, yeah.
There goes the general fund.
It's that tough.
That's right.
It is. It is. I make a motion. Is a motion in order?
Yeah.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Motion to adjourn by Dan Phillips, second by Angela. Call for the vote.
Dan Phillip,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yeah.
Dan Phillip,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Got any information?